Hello, welcome to English 10-1 Online Real Time. My name's Tracy and I will be your instructor for this course. Welcome. Thank you so much for choosing to try a new modality with us and looking forward to this adventure together. So, just want to acknowledge that Norquest College is on the traditional lands referred to as Treaty 6 territory, and that the City of Edmonton and all the people here are beneficiaries of this peace and friendship treaty. Treaty 6 encompasses the traditional territories of numerous Western Canadian First Nations, as well as the Métis people who have called this area home for many years. Norquest College is dedicated to ensuring that the spirit of Treaty 6 is honored and respected. So while we may not be at the college downtown, we're sitting in our home, so you may not be on Treaty 6. Just want to acknowledge that. I acknowledge that I'm on Métis Nation number 4. Okay. So what is online real time? So online real time is a new modality being offered by the college. It's composed of 2 90-minute online classes where we meet on Mondays and Thursdays from 2 to 3:30 p.m. And then the rest of the coursework is done on your own, or what we call asynchronous. So you can do it any time of day. This is slightly different than online anytime because this asynchronous work does actually need to be completed within a specific time frame. Needs to be completed between each of the 90-minute classes, but any time between those time is up to you. So this makes this a paced class. So if you don't get the work done after one class and come to the next class, you're going to not have all the information you need. You might have missed an entire lesson, and so you're going to fall behind. So you need to make sure that you get all of that work done that's being given to you between those two classes. So it could be a lesson, it could be an activity, it could be a reading, or a combination of all those things. So this course is for independent students who also need a little bit of support, so it's a really great mixture. It's also great because it can be taken from anywhere. It's an online course, so you can do it from home, or you could go on holiday and do it from there, and then I'll be jealous, but yeah. So one thing to note is the actual classes where we do meet virtually online will most likely not be recorded. And so if you were planning on, hey, I'll just watch the recordings and do the work, that's not going to work for you. And maybe anytime online is the more appropriate choice for you. But if this makes sense to you and this is what you signed up for, then great. And looking forward to working with you. These are the units that we'll be covering in this course. It's pretty standard for English, so nonfiction, short story, drama, film, novel, and poetry. There'll be 2 types of exams in this course. The first type are course exams. So these are on Wednesdays. So this is not a time we normally have class. So you're going to want to make a note of this in your personal schedules. So our exams are going to be on these 4 days. The great thing is, though, is there'll be a window on these days. So between 6 a.m. and midnight, you have to get these exams written. So you just need to find 90 minutes to maybe 2 hours where you can sit down on each of these days and get this exam done. There'll be 2 reading exams and 2 written exams. Of those 4, the lowest exam will be omitted, which is great. If this absolutely will not work for you, again, maybe online anytime is what you need to look at, but if this is workable, awesome. Next are our final exams, so we already know when those are. So December 10th is the Part A, which is the written. That's from 3 to 5:15 on December 10th. And Part B, which is the reading, on December 14th from 3 to 6. There will be no deferrals for this. Everyone's writing at the same time. You're writing online. All these exams are online. And again, so if there's any issues with this, just reach out to me and let me know, and maybe we can guide you in a different direction. If this works for you, great. So, unfortunately, because we are Mondays and Thursdays, we have lots of days that run into holidays. So for example, we have orientation days on Monday, which was technically supposed to be our first class, and then the following Monday is Labor Day. And so your course starts now, and by now I mean September 1st. So you're going to have, or August 31st. So you're going to have some tasks that need to get completed before you come to class on September 2nd. So the first thing is, and I'll review this again in an email, is you need to get your pre-assessments done. So there's a reading one and a writing one. They just let me know where you're at, where some areas of concern are and where some areas of greatness are. Then you'll also need to get done your introduction questionnaire. Lets me know who you are, introduces you to me. Nonfiction overview, it's a really quick lesson. Lesson 1, sentence basics. And then if you can get the reading done, the internet and global human beings. Most importantly in this modality is you have to ask questions. Because you're not going to have access to me every single day in a classroom, you need to start emailing me or sending me messages in Moodle to let me know what your questions are, so hopefully I can answer them as quickly as possible. So let's take a look at the course. So this is what the course looks like. Mine is going to look a little bit busier than yours. So this is mine here, but you can see all the units are here. When I open nonfiction, this is mine. That's the whole nonfiction unit. Yours doesn't quite look like that yet. If we click here, and there's some reasons for that. So first things first is this button is the most important. So this is when we have our classes on Mondays and Thursdays from 2 till 3:30. You click here. So first meeting is September 2nd. I'm going to click in there. I'm going to click the fall course room. Great. I'm going to click join course room. It might ask me to say, hey, test your microphone, test your camera, and you should say yes to those things. And then here it says, welcome, you're the only one in the room. This is how you turn your mic on and off, camera on and off. It's not going to let me do that because I'm using the camera somewhere else. You can't quite see it, but down here on the right is a purple button. If you open that, there's a purple chat bubble. That means that if I wanted to, I could chat in here. Hi. It probably won't let me because I'm the only one in there. Oh, it did. And there you go. So that's how to get into our online classroom. Okay. A reminder, September 2nd, see you there. On the right-hand side, we have some stuff to note. So here is how the course is being weighted. Minor assignments, major, course exams, final exam. Here's my information if you ever need to email me. And then some other helpful tools down the side. Okay, so we're watching the video right now, but what's next is the course guide. So this needs to get read, please. So, course guide. What's really great here is on the side, there's a table of contents so that you can scan through things, or you can click through the arrows here. We will go right into the course schedule. So this tells you how long we're doing each unit and what the major assignment is for each unit, so you can have a look at that. We already talked about time requirements and expectations. Course resources. So only thing you'll need to get is The Alchemist. It's a novel by Paulo Coelho. So we'll talk about that again. The novel doesn't come for a while, so there's no rush to get that just yet. Coursework. So under coursework is talking about, hey, how can I submit an assignment? So either directly in Moodle through their Moodle box, Word or PDF. Those are the only formats. If you take a picture of something you've written and send it to me, I will not accept that as a submission. Discussion forums, we'll be doing one of these in each of the units. We'll talk about them before we do our first one. There's just some etiquette and rules around discussion forums here. Plagiarism we'll get into more soon here, but you should have a read. Exams, so all that information I gave you about exams is right here with all of the dates and times. Grades. So here's the weighting again in case you didn't see it on the front page, and then there's just some miscellaneous information that you can have a look at. So what's really great in the Moodle course is there's always this here. This is called the breadcrumbs. So if I clicked here, it would take me back to the very beginning of this. Or if I had clicked back to the course, it would have taken me to the top of the course. So next up is make your introduction. You're going to introduce yourself to me. Click answer the questions. You're going to fill them in. So you're going to say, hi, Tracy is your name. Okay. And then at the bottom, you scroll down, you click submit. I'm going to go back to introduction and overview. I'm going to leave it because I don't want to save it. Next up is an academic integrity pledge. This will not open. You can see I'm trying to click it. It won't let me. And it says here, not available unless the activity make your introduction is marked complete. So I have to complete this in order for this to open. These are called restrictions. You'll be dealing with a lot of these throughout this course. I will make stuff available to you as it needs to be made available. So just something to keep in mind. Last button here is student services. These are all the great services that Norquist College offers. So if you want to know more about them, click on them and they'll take you to their website. Assessments. So that's one of the things you needed to get done by the 2nd of September. It won't open right now because you haven't completed the academic integrity pledge, and that won't open unless you complete this. So there's definitely an order that things need to be done. If I open the nonfiction unit, you're going to see there's a few things that are already ready for you to go as of August 30th at noon. So the nonfiction overview, a little knowledge and skills pretest, the reading, and syntax basics. So that's a quick rundown of the starting of this course. Again, I'll send out an email about all those tasks that need to be complete before we meet for the first time. If you have any questions before then, just feel free to email me or send me a message in Moodle. To send a message in Moodle, just to show you up at the top here, there's a bubble. You can look for me here, and then you can type me a message down here. It's not going to let me do it because, so right down here, you type a message. Okay, hopefully meet you all soon, and have a good weekend.